Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm here in Panera Bread, and I had a meeting with my business partner, and we decided to. There's a ritual that we have every single month, and every time we do this, we I would say we take our business to the next level. So now I'm going to share with you the one thing. If you do this one thing, well, there's many things in the world of entrepreneurship. You're always innovating, you're always creating, you're always creating and innovating. So anyway, I want to share one thing that me and my business partner do on a consistent basis to make sure that we are moving forward. Okay, because if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Okay, so we have Jose Gabriel Peguero. What's up, champion? We have Ramon Osoria. What's up, Ramon? Well, I'm here. If you just joined us, I'm here right now in where are we at?
Panera Bread.
Panera Bread. I forgot the name of this place. I'm in Panera Bread. Hi, Donna Eller. My good friend Donna Eller, my mentor. Donna Eller is one of my mentors. Yes, wow. I'm so honored to have you guys. Okay. Well, this is going to be a 3 or 4 minute video. That's what I'm committed to. I always say that, and then I end up having a 10-minute video. So this is the one thing that you want to do if you want to. I have my notes on my phone over here. My friend's phone. Could you? Yeah. So basically, this is what we do. Once a month, me and my business partner, we get together and we ask ourselves a series of questions. We ask each other these questions to make sure that we are both on the same page. You want to take this phone call?
Yes, that's actually.
My business partner is going to take the phone. Okay, so if you just joined us, I want to share with you the one thing that we do to make sure that our business is moving forward. We ask each other a series of questions. So this morning, we got together for breakfast, and I had the list in front of me, which I have the list on my phone, and I asked them these questions, and then I answer them. I ask him these questions, he answers them, and then he asks me the questions, and then I answer them. So here are the questions. Question number 1. Is there something that I did in the last 30 days that made you very upset about me? Did I say something to piss you off? And you know, something that you are avoiding to tell me because you are avoiding confrontation. So that is the first question that's on the list. That's a very good question to ask if you are in network marketing. That's a very good question to ask your upline. If you are in the real estate business, which I've been for many years, that's a good question to ask your broker, your manager, or someone on your team. And again, this is a good question for you to ask your spouse, your husband, your wife, or your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You always want to check in. Don't assume that everything's going good in your business relationship or in the relationship with your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, even your daughter or your son. Don't assume everything's going perfect. Take the time to check in to make sure that everything is fine. So I asked him that question. And he said, you know what? He really gave it some thought, and he says, no, Edward, there's nothing that you have done, to piss me off. I said, great. That's question number 1. Question number 2 on this list is, let me see over here, questions to ask your partner. What's one thing I could do better as a partner? That's the second question. What is one thing I could do better as a partner? And then he started saying, what is one thing that you could do better? I want you to keep me on track because I'm all over the place. So my business partner is we have a real estate flipping business and / investing business here in Pennsylvania. So he's managing multiple projects, constantly talking to investors, and as you guys already know, I'm a motivational speaker and a life coach. So I asked him what's one thing that I could do better as your partner. He says, just hold me accountable, keep me on track, keep me focused on the big picture, because sometimes I get consumed with all the small details. I said, well, okay, I can definitely do that. So that was the second question I asked him. The third question is, what could we do better going forward? What could we do better going forward? So then, and he started thinking, and he said, that's a really good question. And every time I ask this question, he sits down and he meditates, and sometimes it'll take him a minute or two, but he always comes up with a good answer. Because it forces you to be creative. And this is awesome because you get to co-create something powerful with your business partner. Business is nothing but a conversation, a series of conversations. Business is creativity. Business is innovation. So when you sit down with a business partner, or it doesn't have to be a business partner, it could be somebody on your team, it could be somebody from a different team. So That's a good question to ask. Hey Eddie, your phone went blank. So again, what is something that we could do better? That's another question on the list. And another question is, what worked in the last 30 days? What worked in our business? So we broke down. Wow, this worked, this worked, this worked, this worked, this worked, this worked. And it's good to know what worked, because when you're clear on what worked, then when you're conscious, of what's working, then you just keep repeating the formula. But sometimes you're in it and you don't realize you're in it, and you're doing it and you're not even realizing what's working, what's not working. So again, we got clear on what worked, and now we're going to continue doing what's working. Then the next question is, what did not work? If you like what I'm sharing, guys, send a few likes, let me know, share some love, leave a few comments. This is a one-on-one conversation here. So what did not work? That's the next question. What did not work? And today we realized a few things that we did last month that did work, and we stopped doing them. And we said, wait a second, we stopped doing that. For example, we have a ritual where every day, we check in with each other, and we call each other every 3 hours. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm getting a lot of notifications on my phone over here. So I lost my track for a second. Yeah. So we have a third business, and the third business is we are business loan brokers, and so I run that business. He runs it too, but I spend more time in the business loan brokerage business. He spends more time in the real estate flipping business, and then on top of that, I still got my motivational speaking seminar business. So what we do is we check in throughout the day several times. We did a lot of that last month. Every 3 hours we will call each other. He will call me, or I will call him. And basically we just give each other an update. Hey Ed. I said, what's up? His name is Eddie also, but he calls me Ed. Yo Ed, check it out. Want to give you an update. We're gonna make an offer on this property. I'm analyzing 2 properties that just came on the table that are new on the market. We have a meeting this week. I'm setting up a meeting with a new potential investor. Today just told me that we're setting up some meetings with well, I can't disclose that. It's a big meeting. Let's just put it that way. I can't disclose everything. I got to keep a few things under my sleeve. But yeah, some other powerful meetings. So every 3 hours, last month, every 3 hours, we will call each other and give each other an update. I will call him and let him know some of the new deals that we have in the pipeline with our business. We are business loan brokers. I get caught up in the terminology. So there's a few deals that I'll call them up and say, hey, I have this lead's closing, this is a potential, this deal died. So every 3 hours, we call each other. I give him an update, he gives me an update. Sometimes he'll share some insight with me to take new actions. Sometimes he'll tell me, I think we should go in this direction. Sometimes I'll tell him, I think we should go in this direction. I say, boom, we hang up the phone, we get back into action. 3 hours later, we do the same thing. And then 3 or 4 hours later, before we go to bed, not always, but before we get in bed, not with each other, obviously. That's my hilarious side. I know, I'm a clown. Am I funny, Eddie?
Yes, you are.
Sometimes, right? Sometimes he thinks I'm corny. Yeah. So he chose to be in the sidelines. He usually comes out of my recordings today. Right? In any event. So when we did that last month, when we checked in every 3 hours, that helped us create synergy, create results. We were focused. We held each other accountable, and that really worked. When we stopped doing that, then we started having more breakdowns, and less communication created more problems. Or they weren't resolved as fast enough. And in the world of business, you're gonna have problems every day. The faster you can solve your problems, the better. So that really worked, and we stopped doing that. So again, the 5th question is, what's not working? So we noticed that worked last month, and from this conversation today, we decided to continue doing that. Okay, now we're gonna continue doing that. So that is the 5th question. And question number 6 is, what are we grateful for? You see, in the world of business, you get so caught up in the everyday grind. You're in action mode, you're in breakdown mode. So many things are happening at once. Sometimes I feel like I'm a fireman. I'm just putting out fires. You know, all of these problems are fires, and we're just putting out fires. And you're putting out so many fires, and dealing with so many situations and circumstances that are, you know, coming from the left and the right, coming from all over the place, that you tend to forget to be grateful for the good things that are happening. So the last question always is, what are we grateful for? What are you grateful for? And we both agreed on one thing. It's gonna sound a little mushy now, but we are grateful for each other. We're grateful for each other because there's a level of respect. I respect him, he respects me. Even if I'm upset or don't agree on something.
Tell them about our past wives, business wives. Wasn't the best.
Yeah, he wants. I'll just touch a little bit about that. But you know, he had previous business partners in the past. I had previous business partners in the past, and let's just say they didn't go so well. So you know, like, have you ever had an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend, and or an ex-spouse? You know, you had a very difficult relationship. It was a dysfunctional relationship, and all of a sudden you find your soulmate, and when you find that soulmate, you appreciate them at a whole different level, because you know that person is more cooperative, more understanding, more loving, more compassionate, more patient, etc., etc., etc. So I guess he's my business soulmate. He's my business soulmate. Yeah, there's love, there's respect, there's trust. So we got clear that, you know, that is present. That is present. So we're grateful for our communication, for our respect for each other, our love for each other, and we both have the same vision. You see, I want to say this about vision. You see, I have two eyes. We have two eyes. If I put my finger in front of me, and if you put your finger in front of you, how many fingers do you see? Obviously, you see one. If you see three, you need glasses, my friend. But if you think about it, you have two eyes. You should be seeing two fingers. But this eye is focused on this goal. This eye is focused on this goal. So both eyes are looking in the same direction. So if you and your business partner, or you and your spouse, or you and your boyfriend, and you and your girlfriend are looking at the same goal, and you have the same, and you have the same vision, and you can agree on the same vision or align to that vision, then that's when synergy is created. That's where inspiration, enthusiasm, and camaraderie comes into effect, because you both are seeing the same thing. The problem starts to happen is when you and your business partner or your spouse is looking in a different direction. She's looking over here, you're looking over here. When you and your business partner, or you and your upline, downline, your boss, broker, they're looking over here and you're looking over here. That's what creates problems. But if you're both looking in the same direction, then you're both focused in on the same target. Let's just say. So anyway, let me repeat the questions again. His phone goes blank. So if you just joined us, I said at the beginning of this recording, of this video, that if you do this one thing, it will help your business grow exponentially. And once a month, me and my business partner, we get together, we ask each other a series of questions. I'll ask him the questions, then he'll ask me the questions. So just let me repeat the questions, and then I'll be out of here. Question number one: what's one thing I could do better as your business partner? What's one thing that I could do better? What is something that you are afraid to tell me to avoid confrontation with me? That's question number two. Question number three: what is one thing in our relationship that has worried you in the past 30 days? Question number four: what could we do better going forward? Again, you want to check in and ask this question consistently to your business partner, someone you're doing business with, and especially your husband and your wife. Always want to check in. Hey, did I upset you in the last 30 days? Sometimes, we hold on to resentment. And when you hold on to something and you don't speak up about it, it'll eventually explode, and it'll create a lot of drama. Leave the drama for your mama. What's working? What's not working? And the last question is, what are you grateful for? So there you go, guys. Get curious, come up with different questions, and do this on a consistent basis. If you do this on a consistent basis, you will notice that you will create
long-term relationship.
There you go. You will create a long-term relationship, and you will avoid a lot of drama, and you'll have less problems in your business relationship and your personal relationships. Anything else?
No, dude, you said it all. You really did.
All right, this is my business partner. He's in the background today. He chose to be in the background today. Well, guys, have an amazing day. Rock on, kick butt, and make the final 30 days of 2016, make them count. Make them count. You heard me, champion? Make the last 30 days of 2016 count. It ain't over until the fat lady sings. You heard me, baby? It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Go full out. Give it everything you got. In the last, did you know that the most points are scored in a baseball game in the last inning? Because when the pressure's on, that's when champions step up to the plate. And the same thing in soccer and in football. The most goals are scored and the most touchdowns are scored in the last 5 minutes. Because when the pressure's on, the champion steps up to the plate. So we got 30 days left. Approximately 30-something days left for 2016. Let's make them count. Let's make them count. Let's make them count. Bye for now.